Hello everybody, welcome to JLABTV. I am JLAB and this is Football Manager, the Unemployment Challenge, and I'm looking at the debts and loan pages of the finances screen, and despite the fact we are rich, we are massively in debt. So yeah, our original loan debt of £266 million is not helping our cause. We have that, and we've also got an interest payable of 187, which could take us up to 400. So we've got original debt of £266 million plus another £187 million, which would take us up to £453 million in debts. So that's not good. Admittedly, we have taken a bit off that. So 266 take 248 would be 18 million, but 1.55 million times 12 is 18.6 million, so we've not really done a lot. I'm a bit concerned that apparently the start date started when I started, but has only really started to dent now. But at the same time, perhaps the interest is causing issues. Either way, it's not looking good, and I'm going to have a bit of an interesting situation here because we've got a new chairman coming soon. And yeah, we're going to look at what happened in the month of May and see if we actually won the league or not. Because it was in our hands, and all we needed to do was avoid losing to Sporting Lisbon and win 2 to 3 matches as well. So yeah, could we do that? So we had a game against Chavez, and we scored in the 23rd minute of the game thanks to that penalty. And yeah, it was a good start for us, wasn't it? But could we do more? Chris had that free kick and scored his second, so that's good. 2 goals in this match, 43 goals of the season. Could he get his hat-trick? Michelino, Borges, Cataldi, Benavidez plays it to Cataldi. He plays that wide to Ordonez, and Chris finds the back of the net for his hat-trick. Ordonez's cross was magnificent. We win 3-0 here. But Chris also missed a penalty again, so we could have had a big scoreline of 4-0 instead of just 3. But Sporting Lisbon were our next opponents. Did we get a win, or did we get a draw, or did we lose? So our next game was at home to Sporting Lisbon, and we found ourselves going behind thanks to Santos' finish in the 35th minute of the game for his 20th goal of the season, I believe it was. For also his 50th goal for Sporting Lisbon in his career. But we pushed on, we went to all-out attack, overload, because we wanted this equaliser. If we lost this game, we would be below Sporting Lisbon going to the last game of the season. I could not accept that. Ordonez found Borges, and Borges scored the header to ensure we had the equalising goal, and to ensure his 7th goal of the season was enough to get us a point, and to ensure Sporting Lisbon stayed below us. Our last game of the season was against Moreirense, and we could draw to get the title, but I wanted to win just to ensure we won my clear points instead of winning my goal difference. And we were looking comfortable. I mean, they were not really doing much with their possession, were they? Mamoni found Iwa, he's found Borges. Nelton, who was starting this game, lost the ball, but then Guerrero. And yeah, look, we get the ball back easily. We try to find Chris. Again, we didn't find him. Played out wide, but we get it back again. Iwa finds Borges, he finds Nelton, he finds Chris, and Chris finds back to the net with an emphatic finish. His 45th goal of the season, and looking very good indeed. And then we found ourselves going into the second half of the game, and Bohemia found Nelton, he found Chris, and Chris scored his 2nd goal of the game to ensure we win the match and clinch the title. We're the champions now, and I'm very happy that is the case. So the title belongs to me now. I have ended Benfica's 8-year duck for a league title, and we do it on the last game of the season, yes, but we had the 3rd best defence but the best attack of the league, and even if we had only drawn, we would have won the title on goal difference anyway. So nice to know that we didn't have to worry about it. And I'm just going to go through a few things. like home record with the second best home record, 1 point behind Porto, but 1 point ahead of Sporting Lisbon. And then we had the best away record, 1 point ahead of Sporting, and 8 ahead of Porto. Our first half of the season was quite good looking. We managed to get 41 points. And then we only dropped 1 more point into that, going to the second half of the season. Sporting Lisbon actually beat us in that regard, but they had such a poor first half of the season in their turn by 5 points that it didn't matter in the end. And we won the title. And we actually scored more goals in the first half, but we defended better in the second half. So I don't know if that counters itself out. But yeah, we did the best start in the first half of the season. But in terms of defending and winning and losing, but we still managed to hold on for the title. And I had an unbeaten home record as well. The only team to have actually achieved that this season, which is nice. Sporting had the unbeaten away record though, so that is quite good for them. But I do have issues to address. I do have things I need to talk about. First and foremost, promises. Ederson wants to leave still. Miguel Mart and Ederson, I'm probably going to let go. I tried to let him go during the transfer window, but unfortunately, he wasn't. The teams that wanted us to buy him were not willing to pay the money that they were willing, that I was offering. That was 7 million at the time. So yeah, I want 7 million. I might have to sell for his value now. So I'm going to have to at least offer him out again. Because while he's good, I don't think he's worth 115 million. I don't think he's worth 115,000, a week. Miguel Martins, he wants to leave. He hasn't really been playing for me that much. I mean, I gave him a good start last time out a few times at the end of the season because of injuries, but he hasn't really done. Now, Chris wants to leave. I wanted him to. I said, okay, we're willing to let you leave if we get 41.5 million. He said, actually, 40.5. I'm happy with 40.5. Fun fact, if they offer 45.5, I'll say, okay, can you go up by another million? Because that's his release clause. And if Bayern Munich would offer an offer for him, which is what he's looking for, then I'll happily sell him for the price that I require. And yeah, I want him to stay because he's been outstanding this year. Because he's got 34 goals in 28 league matches, 46 goals in 42 matches. Admittedly, none of those were penalties. 8 of those in the league were penalties, but he missed 3 penalties in the league and 4 in competition. So, yeah, he got 9 penalties out of 46. He still got 37 goals on the field. So he didn't need that at all. He didn't need to get the penalty to get to 30 goals. He needed penalties to get to 40 goals. So I'm really happy I got him. But I want to keep him. If he wants to leave and they offer a good fee for him, I'm going to let him go. Because I got players like Lazaro in my team. Are they as good? Is he as good as him? Probably not. I'll be honest with you, I don't think Lazaro is as good as Chris. But, in all honesty, it's not much of a difference, I don't think. I don't think there's a lot of difference in these two players. First touch and all that stuff is different. But they're two different players. Lazaro's more happy to dribble through, while Chris is more happy to be a poacher. And Lazaro's more happy to take long shots and everything else. So, yeah, it's difficult to really decide who's the better player. But while both players did get the double figures as well anyway. So, even though Lazaro only got 3 league goals, he was very important to me because he got 16 goals in 34 matches. So while he didn't get a lot of league goals, he was very instrumental in the cup runs and got quite a few goals elsewhere. So not perfect, but he got assists as well. So it was instrumental to the title race, to the title run. Now Casisio, I'm thinking, Casisio wants to get more first team football. And that's a little bit difficult because he's one of 4 players that can play in that position right now. Bohemia is a wonder kid, so I want to give him game time. And we know what wonder kids are like these days. And I think mental size Casicio's better, but he's older by 7 years. And Casicio, I don't think he's going to get any better. Bohemia is going to get better easily. Plus, we got Capizas as well. He's another wonder kid. So I've got 2 wonder kids here at Benfica, both of which are going to be very good talents. But will Casicio hinder their development? That's something I'm interested in hearing from you guys, because I think he might hinder their development if he wants game time and first team football. And he's not going to improve anytime soon, I don't think. And yeah, it's difficult to really decide who's the better and who's the worse here. What option do I have here? And which one is the sillier moment to think about? Because I've got 3 very good wingers in that position. And it's looking good. Then I got to my main problem. My main problem. And that, my friends, is the left back position. Alexander Ira will be leaving because he's on loan from Manchester United, so they'll want to play him because he's improved so much under my management, under my leadership. He's starting for Portugal now, which tells you a lot about how well he's been playing for me. And then we got Charles Planas, who's going to retire. So both my left backs are going. And this is going to be awkward because Planas, I don't think was good enough anyway to start. He was starting to become a second tier player in Portuguese football, which is never a good sign. But I don't have any good left backs to help me out. And this is awkward because I need to get another left back now. And I don't know if there's any good left backs for a good price. I'm looking around and there's a lot of players that I could try and sign, but would they be willing to sign for me? And would I be able to get them on a cheap deal? Because I'm not sure if I could. I really want to get some of these players in the team. But yeah, it's difficult to really think who's going to be joining me. And, I mean, Eric Alonso will be decent, but is he good enough to replace Ira? Probably not. He's older as well, so I don't know what's going to happen now. And he's got minimum release clause of 23 million, which I'm never going to pay. And Athletic will not, and Bilbao are never going to let him go. So this is really awkward. I have no idea what to do about this left back situation I've got. I mean, I could get this guy, but is he good enough? Would I be able to get him for a good deal? I don't know. And that guy I scouted last year anyway, so it's a very old report. And I got this guy, Baja, who's at Southampton, but he's more defensive player. Could I get him in? Could I make him a good player? He got signed for £15.25 million just 2 years ago. And he's been poor for them. And I don't think Southampton are going to want to let go either. So I'm in a difficult situation with my left back positions here because I don't know if I can get a good left back in. And it's frustrating that is the case because I know I can make my players amazing. But could I get good players for a good price? Igor Popovic is another player I'm looking at right now, and is he good enough for my positions? I mean, he can be good enough, but I'll have to give him game time. And he's only good enough for the second tier of Portuguese football right now, so I'm going to have to do a very good job to get him up to the standards I want. And that's the awkward thing, because left backs are difficult to deal with, I find. I want to make sure we get the good left back, but I have a good price, and I want to get a young player in as well. But right now, I don't have any good young left backs in my team. So what do I do? What is it that I can do here? Because the left back position is an area of weakness as far as I'm concerned. Do I go here? Because there's no left backs here either, so I'm in a tough situation. I don't know what to do here. I'm going to have to wait until the transfer window opens because I've got lots of good players coming in for the next window. I've got 4 future transfers coming in during the transfer window. We've got Dizar coming in, who we all know is good. We've got Pinto, who could also be really good. We've got Georgia, who could also be really good. And Leonardo Jesus is coming in as well. He's coming in for £35,000 for midfielder. But I need a left back, and I need one quickly. But where do I get one from? But yeah, I'm actually going to end this video here. I hope you guys have actually enjoyed this video. Hope you guys will like and share this video, and that you will subscribe to my channel. I might be champions, but my problems are far from over. And so anyway, until next time, goodbye and well, good night.